Hello, so today we're going to be taking a look at this. This is the GEPRC Vapour D5, and it's actually been out for a little while now, and I've been itching to get my hands on one to try one because a lot of the reviewers have been saying really good things about it, and I want to see for myself. So thankfully, a friend of mine, Steph, who was in my last video where we flew 4 Vapour 2s at the same time. If you haven't already seen that, go and check that one out. But he very kindly offered to lend me this for a few days while he's out of town. So big shout out to Steph for this. So this is not going to be a fully in-depth review. It's just going to be me taking it out, giving you my initial thoughts, and also talking through a few little bits and pieces about this guy, which should make it different. So I'm going to fly my Nazgul, my 5-inch first, just to get back to grips with how a 5-inch feels, because I haven't been flying this guy recently. Then we're going to fly this and let you know what I think. Let's get up in the sky. Before we fly, this might just be one of the stickiest battery pads. Look, this is not holding it in. That is... that battery is not going anywhere in a crash. Okay, let's get it in the sky. Vapour D5. Let's get it armed. And we're off. Gets in the air pretty easy actually, not a lot of power needed to get it up. Let's give it a bit of a flick around. The tune, off the bat, it feels very stable. Yeah, sorry, there might be some bikes and things coming past every now and again. We got a lot of GPS stats pretty quick, up to 26 already. And when I'm just cruising around, it feels broadly similar to the Nazgul that I'm used to be honest. I put my own rates in here just to make it so it felt like home. And it feels pretty nice actually. I'm using the DJI controller, which is not something I tend to use much. I actually tend to use my Radio Master with the bigger drones. But yeah, it feels good. Off the bat, feels really good. Let's give it a bit of a punch out and see what the power's like. Ooh, the power's good. And see, giving it nice heavy blips of throttle and we're getting no movement there. That's another sign of a very good tune. I see why I see why the reviewers were liking this now. Let me tell you a little bit about this spot also. I'm at, it's called Bongkasa Rice Terrace. Beautiful little place here in Bali. You can see the rice here is almost ready for harvest. We've got that golden green look. It's looking beautiful. Get nice and low. Yeah, it feels good. So a couple of things about the Vapour. You've probably already heard quite a bit about it, but in case you haven't, it comes in a D5, which is the dead cat frame you see here. It's also available as an X frame in the 5-inch. The Vapour is also available as a 6-inch. You can definitely get it as a D6. I'm not sure if you can get it as a 6-inch with an X frame, but maybe you can. But yeah, pretty classic for a 5-inch. We've got 2207 motors. I think these are 1960 kV. But something interesting, it's actually running 5.1-inch props as opposed to 5-inch props. So that might make a little bit of difference with the efficiency of this guy. Let's take him over the palm trees and do a bit of gentle cruising. Nice and easy. Looking good. Obviously through this beautiful 04 Pro Air unit, always looks so stunning. It's very smooth. Let's see what the prop wash handling's like. Let's give it a bit of a... little bit of prop wash to be expected. It's broadly similar to my other 5-inch in that aspect of things. So yeah, let's bring it back and change the battery because it is getting a bit low. Okay, when it comes to battery life, we came in there right at around about 4.5 minutes. So pretty reasonable for the type of flying I was doing. I was only just cruising around. If I'm ripping it hard, obviously, we're going to juice that battery a bit quicker. So I'm going to give it a bit more flying, and yeah, let's carry on. Some grass is stabbing me in the legs. Okay, let's get it back in the sky. Okay, it's getting a bit dark, so we're doing a bit of a sunset flight. There's a couple of kids there who want to watch and get involved. So, you ready? Okay, let's go. I even felt the draft going up my legs on that one. Woo! She boogies. Something else I noticed about this guy is it's quite a chunky drone. Like for a 5-inch, physically it looks quite big, but it doesn't feel very heavy. If anything, it feels lighter than the Nazgul, but the Nazgul is quite a heavy drone. At least the Nazgul Evoke. Okay, let's give this guy a bit more of a rip and see how she boogies.
It's too fast.
Does feel good. It's very well locked in. It's getting nice and low boogieing over the grass. The rice even. I don't see any jello too coming from the 04 Pro, which is nice. But overall, as 5 inches go, this thing flies very nicely. Definitely will not be disappointed. I know Steph was saying this feels a lot more like his Avata 2 than his... he also has the Nazgul Eco, but I think he prefers flying this guy. It does fly well, it really does. He's coming back, are you ready? He's coming, you hear it?
That's your kid.
It's so funny.
It's good, you like it? Very nice little drone, or big drone, so to say. What's my battery like? 3.6. We've got a little bit of time to go. Been flying for 3 minutes on this slightly more sprightly flight. This isn't my usual OSD display too, this is Steph's. So I'm going to bring it into land. That's going to be the end of this one. End of this battery, and I'll give you my my closing thoughts on this guy. Okay, be careful, he's coming back. Hey, perfect landing. High five. Okay, so let me give you some closing thoughts now on the Vapour D5 before the light completely vanishes and I fade away into darkness. So, how does it fly? Well, as a 5-inch goes, it flies exactly how I would expect it to fly. It's locked in, it's got loads of power, it can do everything you would expect from a 5-inch quad like this. And yeah, it absolutely rips when you want it to, but it's also super smooth and super controllable when it comes to doing cinematic footage. Something else I want to mention is you also do get a second set of these side plates in the box. You get a black set. Now personally, I think I would prefer the blacked out look of this. I think it looks really good when it's all blacked out. But yeah, you can pick and choose. They give you both in the box. So if you prefer orange, go with orange. If not, then go with the black. So this is one of the more budget-friendly binding flies that are currently available. You've got this one, and then you've got the Nazgul Eco. They're both a similar price. I've not tried the Nazgul Eco, so I can't really compare it to that. Comparing it to my Nazgul Evoke, it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of difference in them. They both handle similarly and have similar characteristics, but I just feel like I feel more at home on the Nazgul, and because it's my own drone, I'm more than happy to take a bit more risk with it. But yeah, Steph, who actually owns this guy, actually has the Nazgul Eco 2, and he tells me that he prefers flying this. So if that's anything to go by, then maybe this one is the one to get. But yeah, I haven't tried the Nazgul Eco, so I can't say. But this guy had a lot of fun ripping it about. I only got a few packs in with it, but still really nice, good fun, and an all-around good drone. So if you're in the market for a Vapour D5, there's nothing really to be concerned about. There's no jello. When the GEPRC Mark 5 04 Pro upgrade kits came, a lot of people were struggling with jello. This guy, no jello whatsoever. I'm not sure how the footage will have stabilized, but looking from what I saw in the goggles, there would have been no issue with the stabilized footage. But yeah, Vapour D5, my seal of approval, happy days. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you're also going to enjoy watching this one right here, and if that one doesn't speak to you, then maybe this one here will. Thank you so much for watching, have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.